Test. Okay, I think we're good. Should be good.
I like that you're gonna do it
Huh?
in your costume.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get changed. Who cares? I'm gonna get
No,
my.
it's good. I think it'll be more
It's more fun.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe I'll make Halloween every day.
Yeah, and I'm square.
Oh boy! Welcome to a special edition of Friday Night Greg. We don't do it often. We're Cerebros. I don't know what this is, what this podcast is, but this is my friend Shivani, comedian. I had her do the Greg cut, which wasn't. So first, I'll explain what the Greg cut is. This is Star Wars, the Greg cut. I've never met anybody who knows nothing about Star Wars. You've never seen Star Wars?
Not a single thing. Every time a movie came out, I had no idea what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone would talk about it at work. Nothing. I knew nothing, and I found it too overwhelming to get into.
I guess it definitely could be. Also, I'm yelling because I feel like the mic is there, but the mics are here. All right. So I want to know. So the Greg cut, just so everybody knows, is a cut of Star Wars I always wanted someone to see, but you never meet anybody who's never seen Star Wars. Mm-hmm. So the Greg cut is Andor season 1, Andor season 2, Rogue One original trilogy, and then you're done. So I gotta ask before we talk about this. How much did you know about Star Wars? Question 1, did you know Luke Skywalker was Vader's son?
Not really. I knew that there was a line that people would say, "I am your father."
Right, sure.
Right, but I didn't really understand what in reference to.
Yeah.
But I knew there was some guy named Luke Skywalker.
You
Yoda.
knew Yoda existed.
I knew that like Han Solo.
Sola. Yeah, Han Solo. Yeah, Han Solo.
Yeah, Han Solo was Harrison Ford. I knew that Han Solo, Harrison Ford, and Carrie Fisher had an affair. I knew that.
An affair?
Yeah, they had an affair while they were filming one of the movies.
Oh, right. And I think she was young.
Yeah. And so I knew that.
Wait, let's see how old she was.
Yeah.
Because I actually don't think
I think I looked it up.
Oh, you did?
When they shot 1970, I don't know how old she was, but when they shot the 1976 movie.
Was she 18?
No, yeah, you gotta look it up, I think. Yeah, if you really want to get it. And then she went on to marry Paul Simon. So these are the things I know. Yeah.
How long did that go?
Pretty well.
Did they get a divorce?
I eventually got a divorce. She was in some of his music videos.
I don't think I knew that. She was 19. She was 19 in A New Hope. We're good.
I think they had a 3-month affair. So I knew that.
Okay.
Carrie Fisher.
So happy I didn't just fucking find out that Han Solo was a pedophile. I'm just so happy.
I mean, we should talk about it because there are some very interesting male-female moments in Star Wars. The trilogy, not the Rogue and Andor.
We'll get back. Yeah, we'll start with Andor.
But I think that's about. And then I knew there was even when I found out who Yoda was, I was like, oh, that's Yoda.
Yeah.
Oh, Obi-Wan Kenobi. I thought it was a droid.
Oh, fun! I didn't know you had. I didn't know what a droid was.
Yeah.
So the reason I wanted you to see it in this order, because I think it would be so amazing. I thought it would be so amazing. I don't know if you had this thing, is that you're watching essentially this show about rebellions and like revolutions, and then it just takes some crazy turn into fucking magic and lightsabers and the Force and Jedi, because there's really no Force in Andor. You first hear about the Force in Rogue One.
Literally towards the end when Darth Vader comes in and he's like something about like the Force be like I think the Force be with you or whatever the line is. So
let me say this. The worst line in all Rogue One in my opinion is the best Star Wars movie, but it has one of the worst lines, which is don't choke on your aspirations, and he fucking Force chokes Krennic. That's not what he said about Force, but
yeah.
That line I didn't
So
love.
that's the first time I learned that like in Rogue One that he has this power to like make people stop breathing.
Force chokes you.
Yeah, I was like, what is with this guy?
Yeah. Right, because you don't even know about the Force. And all of a sudden this guy just choked this guy? Did that make sense?
I knew a bunch of nerds always said it growing up.
Said what?
May the Force be with you.
Oh, sure. But the first time I heard the Force be with you, I don't think they say that in Rogue One. Oh, no, the Force is with me and I'm one with the Force.
There's
a lot of that.
They reference it and I go, ooh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I want the Force.
But that's what's kind of cool in Rogue One is that like there really is no. I don't know what your experience was, but like the Force doesn't even exist really until the end of Rogue One, where the Rogue One where he chokes him. But like there's just this idea of like this past, that there used to be these Jedi or whatever,
Yeah, you don't know. I didn't even know what a Jedi was. I
Right.
didn't know if a Jedi was good or bad.
Right, fun.
And so I went in, but I didn't know there was a Darth Vader guy, and I've always been a Batman fan.
Sure.
I love the Christopher Nolan trilogy.
Yeah.
And so I kind of already took a liking, which maybe sounds weird, but now I know how it ends. But I liked when Darth Vader was in the scenes. I was into him.
Yeah, he's a great villain.
I just really was into him. At first, when I first heard him talk in what's the first, New Hope, I was like, oh, he doesn't sound that intimidating. He kind of sounded a little odd.
It's the 70s, was the first movie.
And it was a little corny, but I was just like, I was really into him every time he walked into a room.
What happened? So did you have a feeling so the first scene you see Darth Vader in Rogue One is essentially they're getting the plans, and Darth Vader shows up in that hallway scene, and he's just trashing motherfuckers. And then they escape. No, in Rogue One, right before New Hope, at least right into New Hope. That's the first time you see Darth Vader.
Right, exactly.
How did you feel when you saw him come out?
I was excited.
Yeah?
I was like, finally something I'm like, I kind of this is Star Wars.
This is Star Wars.
Yeah, because I did not think the whole time, tell me if I'm jumping ahead, but the whole time I'm like, is Cassian Luke Skywalker?
I'm so happy for this. I was so excited, but you don't know anything. You don't know who these people are.
No, I didn't try to look at it. You think it's crazy. I think people will think that's nuts. I really just never got into it.
Yeah.
I thought Cassian, I was like, I was hoping in Andor, I was like, he's Luke Skywalker. Is he the backstory to Luke Skywalker?
Right.
I was like, but then I realized like he's kind of brown, and
yeah,
Luke Skywalker is like
Spanish accent too.
Very blonde white dude.
Yeah.
So I was like, who is Cassian?
Right.
And I was like a little annoyed with Cassian in Andor season 1
because you kept saying he kept getting into trouble.
Just like he did do dumb shit. He just like when everyone's running around this planet because he keeps messing up. Gets in a fight. Season 1, episode
1, he kills those people, and then he's on the run. And that was like Cassian. That's because that's where he's born, right? So he didn't really have any skills yet.
Sure, but see, that's the thing. I saw it like this, so I'm not impressed.
Right.
Where you probably already knew. I guess Cassian is only Andor, and
he's just in Rogue One.
I just don't get why did they build his character?
So this is the greatest thing. Right? So I can give you the kind of breakdown. In the original Star Wars movie, there is always something a big loophole. Everyone kept going. So you're telling me they build this giant fucking Death Star, but yet there's a vent.
Death Star?
The Death Star, you know that. Like they built this giant fucking Death Star, yet there's one duct that you could just shoot a missile to and blow the whole thing up. People were like, this is fucking. They did this whole thing and then just this giant fucking problem.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
This is without Rogue. Existing.
Yes, this has happened this is sort of like from 1979 to like 2008. People are just like, there's this huge fucking problem in Star Wars that they have this giant Death Star that has this crazy vulnerability, right? Like, how would they let that happen?
And is it operational?
Right? Is it?
Yeah.
But then they went back, and then they wanted to do a movie that happened before, and so they do Rogue One, and they literally made A New Hope a better movie because they were like, no, that duck was on purpose because of Jyn Erso's dad. Why am I blanking on his name? I'm got a little high. You know, the guy that had killed, he's there. You know, Jyn Erso. Remember Jyn Erso? Galen Erso.
The female protagonist, his daughter.
Yeah. So Galen Erso, the whole thing is that Galen had built in because he didn't want to build the Death Star, but he was forced to. And you go, wow, you took a tiny problem and literally made the movie better.
He's like the whistleblower, kind of.
Yeah. Well, he was working against his. He built in a way to destroy he's a hero. He built in a way to destroy the Death Star. Right. And so, and Jyn, she thought her dad was like.
It's all these daddy issues.
A lot of daddy issues.
She has daddy issues. Luke Skywalker has daddy issues.
Everyone.
Maybe George Lucas had daddy issues.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. So then when they did Rogue One, they made the character Cassian, and Rogue One happens, and then everyone's like, yo, why is this movie unbelievable? Like, it was unbelievable. It was just awesome.
Oh, so when it came out.
Because everyone's dying. It was like, they never really done that. Like, everyone dies in that movie.
And it's shot really nicely.
It's shot nicely. It has probably the best, I think, probably one of the best X-Wing, fights. It's like when you could literally play Creedence Clearwater.
And it's fun to see a female star. Who is that actress?
I mean, there's been a female star in Star Wars since day one.
They did a great job, but it was fun for me because I'm coming in.
Yeah. She wasn't anything else.
I'm like, where's Princess Leia? Is that Princess Leia? I feel like all I kept looking for was the bun.
Yeah.
That's all I knew was that Princess Leia I think is Carrie Fisher or Natalie Portman. I didn't know which
Natalie
one.
Portman is Princess Leia's mom, which you'll find out
Oh
about
my god.
if you watch the original
See?
trilogies.
See,
So
then that's what I wanted to ask you.
I don't
why-
want to speed ahead. Let's go ahead.
Yeah, but I wanted to ask why you had me. I was very confused by this.
Yeah.
I didn't want to. Now I can ask why you had me go from Andor to Rogue One to episode 4, 5, 6,
Yes.
as
yes.
opposed to just do 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
It's very confusing to me.
Because 1, 2, 3. So I mean, to make sense. I don't know what you know. The original movies happened first, right?
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Well, yeah, makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
No, not 1, 2, 3 didn't happen first.
Oh.
4, 5, 6 happened first. A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi were the first movies made.
And they called it episode 4, 5, 6?
No, when it came out, it was just called Star Wars. And then eventually, I think it was called A New Hope. And then eventually, it was called Episode 4. When they were getting ready to make the
Ah,
films.
so that's what I was like, how did they, because it
Right.
flowed like the way you, the Greg
Yes.
cut is great
The
because
Greg cut happens right into each other.
I kept trying to go, this is the reason I could get through it, because I was like, oh, okay, 5 minutes later, it feels like episodic, it doesn't actually feel like I'm watching movies.
Yeah.
Right.
So they made the original movies, and then they made the prequels. The
Okay.
prequels are 1, 2, and 3.
Mhm.
Now, to be honest with you, those movies are shit, right? People who are young,
Yeah.
they all say they like them because that was their Star Wars, but the reality is they really weren't done well, and because George Lucas no one was there telling him no. So essentially these movies about like trade bargains and like, it's kind of corny. There's this guy, George R. Banks, he's like there's a bunch of racist stereotypes. It's really wild, right? Those movies kind of suck. So, and then this guy, Dave Filoni, comes along.
Mhm.
Dave Filoni he was like a SpongeBob writer who was a diehard Star Wars fan. So they reach out to him, and George Lucas says he loves this guy, and he goes, "You want to do the Star Wars? I want to do a Star Wars cartoon. It's called the Clone Wars. Do you want to do it?"
Okay.
So Clone Wars is essentially 8 seasons of a cartoon that happens kind of in between the prequels. So Filoni was so good that he literally made these movies make the prequels good. So now, like, every decision that's weird in the prequels, in the cartoon they explain it. So they go, no, this is why we did that, and this is what this is. So now all this shit that kind of was just kind of weird and boring now makes sense. They developed all the characters were doing like shit. So they made these whole things. So in order for me, the other Greg cut was you have to watch Clone Wars season 1 through 8 of a cartoon, then watch the prequels,
We wouldn't be here then.
then watch 4, 5, and 6, right? So by the
And
time
you're taking me to so many different styles.
yes,
Yeah.
and it's a children's cartoon that the first 4 seasons
No.
are for a child.
Yeah.
So like you kind of have to be so into it to like but then it becomes like this amazing cartoon that you're like some of the best Star Wars. So I was like, but I wanted to see someone watch this amazing show, because I think Andor is like the best show ever made. I just fucking love it. The more I watch, the more I love it. This amazing show into Rogue One, and then all of a sudden you're now introduced to the Force. I'm like, this is such a fun way to do it.
The cinematic like experience of like how that was that was hard at first.
You said that.
Right, when I went from Rogue One, I'm like, Andor shot really nicely. You have all these like juxtapositions of like different types of social classes and this dictatorship, and then you go to Rogue One and it's like shot kind of similarly. The actors are the same, so it flows very. And then I was like, and then it got a little corny.
Which one's corny?
When you get, just because of the way, like, okay, so like when they were like, when you get into New Hope, they're on Princess Leia's given the plans to, and then these people are getting shot, and it's like pew pew, and they kind of like jump a little late.
Yeah.
They're like, it's even when I was watching Return of the Jedi, those little furry guys could just knock over the Star Troopers, and
Stormtroopers, sure.
and they would just die.
They get knocked out. Knocked out rules. Everyone gets knocked out.
Rules. So I was like, all right, this happens in the 70s. This is worse.
Right.
This is believable.
So that's the thing too. Like that's the problem. That's the fault. So I love Return of the Jedi. I love the Ewoks, right? But I was a kid when that happened.
Yeah.
So I love them. But people who watch Return of the Jedi as adults were like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah, it was a little annoying.
Right. It's like, what is these stupid little fucking teddy bears? But that's what the original episodes, they do so much of that. I'm just making it for kids. It's like, Star Wars original and Empire were both very more serious movies, and they were still for kids. Like they still worked.
Yeah.
Right. You don't have to throw a teddy bear in to do that.
And then I thought, is Chewbacca, so Chewbacca, okay, that was another character.
Chewbacca. He's a Wookiee.
Chewie. But then I was like, oh, is this Chewbacca's family?
Yeah.
See, I thought it was the Wookiees I thought that's what was gonna happen. I was like, oh, he found his people.
Yeah. So I think originally they were gonna make, I'm not 100% sure, they were gonna make Endor, which is where the Ewoks are from. Wookiees? I think I can't think of that planet right now, some little, Kashyyyk is that actually where the Wookiees are from?
Mm-hmm.
But I think they were like, no, let's not do that because the Chewbacca people are much tougher and taller and not as cute. So let's make some cute ones for the kids, and they turned them into little Ewok.
Okay.
They're teddy bears.
Yeah.
Did you like, I want to start, man, did you like Andor? Were you in, were you out, were you like, how quick were you into Andor?
I was motivated by the Great Cut.
Sure.
Episode 1 and 2. What really got me going was when stupidly Cassian puts himself in a prison that feels like Alcatraz.
Right, or Alligator Alcatraz. Literally everything that's happening in Andor is happening right now.
Right. I keep calling it Narnia. It's not Narnia. It's Narnia or something. I don't know what the prison is called.
I don't remember.
And I just started loving it. I loved because I thought it was like Squid Games meets Hunger Games, and it was just the best. Just seeing him try to finally he felt like a leader.
Yeah.
And he seemed to be like, all right, I'm on board with this guy. He's been screwing up so much. And now he seems to have some skill sets. People want to follow him. But this whole time, I'm still like, who is Cassian, and what value is he adding to this whole Star Wars thing?
Right.
And I guess it's like now they need to build a narrative, right?
Well, I mean, essentially, Andor and Rogue One is the Cassian story. Like, this is a Star Wars movie about Cassian. And then you get into the Star Wars movie, which is about Luke. And then if you watch the prequels, you're essentially watching the Star Wars story about Anakin, who's Luke's father. Right,
but is Cassian in the cartoons?
Cassian is in nothing. You've seen everything that has to do with Cassian.
So like, why did they make him up?
They made the Rogue One. So Tony Gilroy, him and this guy Garth Edwards, I think, made Rogue One. But it was just so well liked that they were like, "Hey, you want to do more?" And he goes, "I got a story for Andor." But he made Andor Star Wars for people who don't like Star Wars. He was like, "This is a movie." He goes, "You don't have to be a Star Wars fan. This is." He looked everything up about like rebellions and fucking, revolutions and shit. And he was like, "I'm gonna make this revolution show." But if you're asking like why, I mean, he was just a character that he wanted to make. And for me, it's more about like the start of the rebellion. Because if you watch just the original movies, the rebellion just kind of like these people in a room, right? They kind of show you where they came from. They give them their flowers, essentially.
That was what was a little confusing. It's like the rebellion just kept changing so quickly. Who's part of the rebellion? Where is the rebellion? Now it's on this different planet.
Well, you're watching Andor. There was no rebellion. You watched the start of the rebellion.
Right. They were they're building it.
Yeah.
So that was what made it interesting. But then you're like shifting, and then you're like, now Princess Leia's in some ice town, and then she's like, that gets taken over.
Hoth? You're talking about Empire?
Yeah. And then they that gets, right, they come, Darth Vader takes over that. Or invades.
Because they got a secret base there, and they wanted to crush the rebellion.
So there was a lot of things that just jump. You would like be like, oh, that's how I felt.
Right.
Because of the way I'm coming in.
Right.
I just felt like, oh, all of a sudden they found another place.
Well, if you remember, I'm pretty sure this isn't going to cartoon knowledge, but the rebellion keeps making different headquarters and bases because the Empire keeps finding them and destroying them.
Right.
So Yavin 1, which is the base they kind of end at the end of Andor and Rogue One, it's like it's like a truck, like it kind of looks like a pyramid kind of building. The Battle of Yavin 1, I believe, was that the base they were going to destroy? I think that the Empire was going to destroy the Death Star. It might be. I'm not really sure. Where that
senator is like.
There's a lot of senators. Which senator?
They like this. The main senator from Andor is who I'm tracking. She's been my kind of like character I follow.
Mothma.
Yeah, I liked her.
She's great.
And she got pulled. She
took a bunch of Molly at that party. It seemed like she did a bunch of Molly.
Dude,
at that
also
party.
When that wedding was happening, I was like, God, that's pretty good music.
Yeah.
I was like I was actually gonna look up the soundtrack to that.
Yeah, it's awesome. The music in Andor is awesome.
They were like jamming out, and every time it was actually really cool scenes because they would switch from the wedding to like some stuff that Cassian was going on. It would just be so polarized.
Yeah.
And she was on something. She was drinking these shooters.
Yeah. The more you watch that show too, the more you're like, you see how well thought out it was. Like you're watching Monmouth have to make these crazy decisions, and then like I should have watched some more like behind the scenes things before we did this episode. But like no, it's either way. I love her. She's great. You're watching her get built up. She essentially sells away her daughter just to get money for the fucking rebellion.
Her daughter's kind of a biznatch though.
Yeah, his daughter's kind of a bitch. I kind of want to.
Like she like actually tried to check in with her, and she's like, "You don't have to do this," and she's like, "Why are you speaking to me?" Yeah, it was really mean.
Yeah.
Her mom was trying to actually let her bail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you also, I want to say this before we get back. We were talking on my phone before you got here when we were driving up, and you hadn't finished Rogue One, and so you're like, "Who's Cassian? What's he doing?" And I go, "Oh, you don't even know. Like you don't even know that all of them are gonna die."
Yeah, right.
And I was so excited.
Yeah. I didn't know.
How did you feel? Did you?
You know what's so frustrating?
What?
Is that I was looking up something, and when I got to the mid part of Rogue One, something came up that said Cassian dies, and I go, oof, I wish I didn't know that.
Fuck! I was so hard trying to protect you from that.
Yeah, but it's okay. I still was protected because I still was so in Andor.
Yeah.
In the beginning of Rogue One, I tried my best to watch the movies like one shot, but sometimes it just didn't work out.
Yeah.
So I'd have to pause, which is kind of a bummer because like a movie I want to sit and watch in one straight shot.
Yeah,
I just couldn't do it. Be good, but I did complete this, so I'm very proud of myself. I'm the first person to do a great cut, right?
That I know of, yeah.
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 So,
Maybe in history.
In history.
You know,
first and only.
Yeah, I mean, to not know Star Wars and to watch it in that sequence is crazy.
The sample size is not big.
Yeah. Also, it's like Andor doesn't really give you a good taste of what Star Wars is going to be. But essentially, I guess it does because, man, that's 2 seasons and a movie. Yeah. Like, that's officially Star Wars now.
You just reminded me. Wait, hold on. At the end of Andor, Cassian has a kid.
Yeah.
With Biz, or what's her name?
Biz.
And then he goes off with this other chick. Biggs.
But that's the thing was amazing about Rogue One.
He never addressed the kid. So
he never knows about his kid.
I thought the kid might be Luke Skywalker.
I know you thought that. You did it on the phone and I went, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
So
I'm genuinely thinking that, by the way. I'm not just like saying it to be.
No, I get it.
Yeah,
sure.
Because I kept looking for Luke Skywalker all through Andor.
Remember how much you made fun of me for not knowing what D1 sports were on your podcast? And I was like, yeah, but you don't know. You thought fucking Cassian's kid was Luke Skywalker. Who's a fucking idiot now?
Yeah, right. No, I'm not an idiot. It's why the Greg cut. That's the Greg cut.
Right.
Yeah. No, look, come on, you set me up like that. That's you.
Greg no, cut, I did. I didn't think.
Greg cut set me up to be an idiot.
I didn't even know who.
But also, you should ask people A1 versus D1. Come on.
Oh, who gives a shit? I don't care. I'll never care. I don't care. I watch sports and I go, fun. They're winning. I'm having a good time. We're drinking. That's great. I don't dislike whatever, but I like Star Wars more because shit fucking happens.
Yeah, and look at I am open-minded.
Yes. No. Good for you.
You know, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have known to do it this way. So I would have tried episode 1.
Yeah, I mean, I would have if I was going to tell you to do something. I would tell you what. Hang on, I want to get back to what I would have. Because I don't know if I fucked Star Wars up for you. Because the reality is, you watch Rogue One, and then you go back and watch Andor. Now you're seeing how he's built, and you know he's going to die. So then when you see that he has a kid, I started bawling because I was like, I know what happens to Cassian. So I go, oh, that child represents hope. That child represents, he didn't just end with nothing, right? Like, did this guy just die and for nothing? And he'll never know? Like, no, that child represents that the Cassian line goes on. I saw that kid, I started bawling. And I was like, oh my God, like Cassian didn't just go out with nothing left. You go, no, it does kind of go on, which is nice.
And it's kind of a mind F because you're like, wait a second, I'm watching it like this, but they put the movies out like this. They had this, it's, they decided to create a kid.
Right.
After Rogue One.
After Rogue One.
They're like, let's just see if he has a kid. And he has this like beautiful childhood love.
Yeah.
With Biggs. I was up.
Biggs is actually somebody else.
Whatever her name is.
Binks or Blinks or
her character's a little like up and down for me.
Yeah, why?
A lot of just kind of at times self-pity, a little bit. She's a little, could have been nicer.
Okay.
I don't know what it was with her. She's always pissed off, kind of. I think she wasn't very nice to her first boyfriend.
The guy who died? Well, he was a fucking guy who sold.
He ratted.
Yeah, he ratted.
But she was like kind of mean to him. she's like, not she does. We have a rule, right? Remember, she's like, our dating rule is all like we only sleep over each other's places twice a week.
Yeah, well, I mean, because if you think about it, right, who she was in the beginning was kind of the only person in the rebellion yet. Like she was not in the rebellion, but she was like helping Luthen before anyone was.
Oh, and I like it.
Luthen's the best.
He's such a good actor too.
Luthen and Saw Gerrera, who is Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah.
They don't have lightsaber fights in Andor that are cool. They have everyone gets a fucking speech.
Yeah.
There's just so many amazing.
Yeah.
That speech where he meets Lonnie in the elevator and he's like, "What have you given?"
Yeah.
And he's just like, "I wake up to a sunrise that I'll never see."
Yeah.
And he's just, "What have I given?" Everything. You're like, "Oh my God, Luthen!" And what a great, complicated character.
And also, I love like he would go from being like lecturing someone and like basically threatening their life if you don't do this to the smiles he presents in front of his art store or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn,
great
what
acting.
And the character, what, just a psychopath.
Yeah, but driven.
Yeah.
Like it was like he had to be a psychopath to get what he needed done. And what I love is that his rules weren't just for other people. His rules were for himself.
Yeah.
Right? When he kills him, when he essentially stabs himself and kills himself and knows his essentially daughter knows what he wants. It's like, I have to go fucking pull a plug on him. It was like, yo man, he's not just doing this for them. He's doing it, the rules are for himself. He knows the rebellion is more important than anything else.
So remind me of that scene because this was years ago when I watched Andor.
Right.
So like, so many galaxies ago. So what, he stabs himself.
He stabbed himself.
What's the
he
scene
goes,
again?
Huh?
What's the scene again?
He stabbed himself and they, because that lady, what's her name, goes in and she's like, "I got you." And he has this knife and he goes, and he stabbed himself. They put him in, he doesn't die.
Right.
They put him in the hospital. He's on life support and they're kind of like, revive him so he can get
Who's
off
the
the
lady?
throne. And the lady was the girl, what's her name? Kev, or what the fuck's her name? It's the girl who does all the answering of his phone calls. It's essentially his daughter because they.
Oh, his assistant.
His assistant.
Yeah.
And in the backstory, they show that he kind of raised her a little bit.
Yeah.
And she has to go, she sneaks in there to pull the plug on him.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But who's he in the argument with when he has to stab himself?
The blonde Empire girl. Why am I blanking on who was dating Cyril? The Empire. She was like the. What do you mean? Like she was the bitch in Andor. What the hell's her name? I'll show you.
I just need a visual. That's all.
Blonde lady wears all white, the full Empire suit. Andor.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
The main character. What's her name?
Do you not respond? I sent you a text and I go, "Is this
Deidre?
Do you remember I sent you a text and I was like, "Is this actor's face permanently disgruntled?"
Yeah.
Did you see how her face was just always? I was like, "This is some like a different form of plastic surgery," because her face was always
resting Nazi face. She had resting Nazi face.
Yes, exactly. So I just every time I see her, I'm like, "Oh God."
Yeah.
The worst to look at.
Chooch.
Yeah. Yes. So Deidre was kind of at one point though, I kind of loved her in one moment when she was in a business meeting because just having been in the corporate world, when she kind of like one up that guy and she did the research, she did the diligence, and she's like, "Deidre, you're on this case now." I was like, "Yeah." And I was like kind of rooting for her, but isn't that is what's great about Andor is that you get to root for someone like Deidre, but she's in the shitty class. She's in the class that you shouldn't be rooting for them.
Yeah.
But in her world, she's still trying to like be the woman in a man's world, and she had this little win. And I kind of was like, let's go.
Well, that's the thing, right? When you zoom out, you see what the Empire's doing. You're like, this is horrible. But then they zoom you in enough that you realize that they don't even like they're just people in this job. They're people in this like even her boss. Partagas was his name. You kind of liked him a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "Very well, Deidre, doing a very good job." And you're like, "Oh, he's kind of a cool boss." And you go, "I don't know, man. He's probably eliminated planets and just races of people with data, but it's zoomed in, so you just go, it's just corporate, cutthroat jobs."
Do you remember she'd be like super Nazi looking and like very disgruntled, and she'd get on what their Zoom was? You know their Zoom, where you had to go into a room and like it was their form of Zoom. And which seemed cooler too, but I was thinking like logistically it's still like very inconvenient because you have to be in that room.
Yeah.
But he would go, "Deidre, calm your emotions," because she was being like, I was like,
Stop being a woman.
I was like, yo, this is subtly sexist.
But it's the Empire. What do you want from them?
Yeah, but she did need to calm down. That was the problem. She was getting exasperated.
Sure.
And she needed to chill out. And her face was so scrunched up. I was like, it's gonna disintegrate.
Yeah. Do you remember that scene where Krennic comes in? It's essentially the end of her, and he just puts his hand on her head. Like, she's sitting there waiting to get her, like, lashings from the boss. And Krennic, he's the guy from Rogue One, the major bad guy from Rogue One, the famous actor, Middleton, whatever. He comes in to fucking ream her out, and they improvise the scene. He puts his hand, like, on her head, like this.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like, what this fucking respect this guy just put on or whatever. That was like one of my favorites. That's one of my favorite scenes. My other favorite scene is Saw and Luthen talking to each other.
Yeah, you told me that.
The one about where they're talking about, what is it? He goes, 30 men and Krieger. Like, it's another, they're playing chess.
Yeah.
Because Saw trusts no one. And Saw is slowly becoming more and more crazy. You know, he's more like insular. And what I also love is that Saw has a great line where he says, think I'm crazy? Well, you need crazy for a revolution. And you go, oh, revolutions are built on crazy. And you go, oh, that's right. Like, normal people like myself who are like, we're not the ones who are going to firebomb a fucking building to start the rebellion, right? You kind of need psychos a little bit to make these fucking change, but then you need the smart people and calm people to come in and settle it out.
Calm, cool, collected. That's
right.
Luthen.
Luthen is calm. Well, see, the thing is, right? They needed Saw, who was essentially like ISIS, right? Like, he was the rebellion of like, we kill everyone, we're blowing everything up to do our own thing. Then you had Luthen, who was like a little bit dipping his feet in that, but also still knows, like, he knows he has to work with them. And then you have Mon Mothma and the others who were like, no, we play everything by the book. But they would never admit they wouldn't be where they were.
Right.
If these other dirty motherfuckers weren't doing that shit.
Did they try to mimic the Senator
Mon Mothma?
In Return of the Jedi? It felt like it, because her hair.
She was in those movies.
She's in the trilogy, technically, right?
She's in definitely A New Hope, because
yes.
She gives the medal to Luke and Han.
I thought that was Princess Leia.
You're right, that was Princess Leia.
Yeah.
Jeez, what the fuck am I thinking? She's in those movies.
I think she was just in Return of Jedi, because that was the first time I saw her again.
Yeah.
And
many Buffins have died.
Yeah, because her hair is like slightly red, and it's like almost like Rogue One tried to mimic that.
Yes. They got a girl who looked exactly like her.
Same with the like commander of who was kind of overseeing Darth Vader at first.
Oh no, that's one of the most vicious motherfuckers.
Like, he was able.
I'm so tired. I'm blanking on some of my favorite Star Wars guys.
He was able to, just as a reminder, like, to say to Darth Vader, because I just saw it, is Darth. He was like, "Look, Vader, calm down." With the choke, he was choking someone, and he basically said, "Enough, Vader," and you're like, "Oh, that's his boss."
Well, that's kind of a weird thing, right? Yeah. Because you then learn that like Darth was number 2, but why is this guy?
That's exactly what I was.
Why is this guy fucking why is this guy? Yeah. So here's the thing about Star Wars you have to understand. They made these movies out of order, and they keep saying they had plans the whole time, but they didn't. So they keep like trying to do things. So
Agreed.
Anything about Star Wars, which is fun, you can literally pick something on the wall, Google it, and there is information on everything.
Yeah.
Why I'm blanking on.
But that was exactly what I wrote down when, as a question for you, it was like, wait, who does?
Moff Tarkin. So at the end of Rogue One, they show Tarkin, and it's kind of weird because they used the CGI to do his face, and he had like died 30 years ago.
Okay.
So it's kind of like, people were pissed. They're like, you can't just put a motherfucker in a movie who's been dead. So I think that's like created weird lawsuits.
Right.
But yeah, Tarkin was kind of like, Vader either respected him or it was just like military branch versus Jedi branch. I really don't know. But Tarkin kind of fucking bitches him out. And I'm not 100% sure why that was.
Yeah, no, it's confusing. I wrote down and I was like, who does, before you start to learn more.
Let's Google it, yeah.
I was like, who does he actually report to?
Who?
Darth Vader. Eventually it feels like the Emperor, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but it's not clear to me the way I did it. Because I have to see Darth Vader in Rogue One kind of talking to his commander, and then all of a sudden I'm like, who's giving him orders? He's giving people orders, he's getting orders from this commander, and then all of a sudden that commander's not there anymore. I don't know. It was a little confusing.
Yeah, I think Tarkin is more of like just respected, and Vader's like, yeah, man, like you're doing your thing.
Okay.
So I googled it just to make sure, because I knew that. It says no, Grand Moff Tarkin, my bad, did not officially outrank Vader. Vader was the Emperor's right-hand man, and he held the title of Supreme Commander of the Imperial Military, giving him the highest authority. However, in specific situations, like the Death Star, Vader deferred to Tarkin's authority because Tarkin was commanded that specific project, that sort of things.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, reality is, in those movies, you don't even see the Emperor, so you don't really know much. And the more you learn about Vader and who he was,
yeah. He's. I wrote down too. I was like, before I knew, I was like, why do I like him so much? I love Darth Vader.
He's fucking cool.
I liked him. I was kind of crushing on him, even though I couldn't even figure out how am I attracted to him? I have no idea. But I was just like the whole black, and just and I think I also, I don't know, maybe it reminded me of Batman.
Sure.
Yeah. This like and yeah, and then I was very happy.
There's actually a fun video, a fan-made video of Vader versus Batman, and it's live action, and they made it. It's like, I was like, what the fuck? Like, why would anyone? This is stupid. But then I watch them. It's kind of fucking cool. It's Batman like going to the Death Star, and like Vader kind of like it's crazy. It's pretty. It's actually
this is good confirmation for me. I learned about myself.
Yeah.
Darth Vader and Batman. These are my guys, and I'm so happy that what it ended up as. Mm-hmm. I was in a way I was so happy that Luke Skywalker was like, you are good, and I was like, you are. I was like rooting for him.
Yeah. So when you go, so here's why. Another reason why I wanted you watching this specific way is I was still keeping something that I loved about original Star Wars that people don't have anymore. Which is when I watched the original Star Wars, there were no cartoons, there was no prequels. Mm-hmm. So literally, you're just coming to Star Wars with Darth Vader showing up, and you go, "Who the fuck is that guy?" You know nothing about him. Everything's a mystery. There were stories of how he killed the Jedi, how you have no idea. Vader. I don't know if they mentioned this to you. Vader killed all the other Jedis. So
no, I don't know that.
Yeah, so there was all these Jedi before Andor, the Imperial Senate. There was Jedi running around, Obi-Wan Kenobi. They were all doing their thing.
Oh, I have a question.
Vader turns and wipes out all of the Jedi essentially. Then you see in the prequels that he didn't technically kill them all. Like there was like a whole battle thing and all this shit. But I wanted to keep that protected for you, where you don't know anything about Vader. Then you find out he's Luke's father, and now you can go back and watch the prequels.
And I feel like I watched the classic lines that you do know in popular culture. Yeah. I am your father. I had a question. Oh, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Does Darth Vader all of a sudden like Obi-Wan Kenobi does this?
In the first one, yeah.
Yeah, and he
puts his saber up. He puts his lightsaber up, and Vader cuts him down.
So did he die? He purposely let him kill him.
He let him kill him so that he risked it. He died on purpose as a distraction so that they could make it. He sacrificed himself so that Luke and Han and all of them could get on the.
That's kind of a big sacrifice.
Millennium Falcon.
Obi-Wan Kenobi is a legend.
But he also said it. He said it, and it is true. He says, "If you strike me down, I will become more powerful than you could ever imagine." And he strikes him down, and what happens? He comes back as a Force ghost, and he trains Luke.
Yeah, but Luke is really the good guy. He was smarter because these guys were Yoda and them were trying to advise him. You need to go kill Darth Vader.
Kind of weird.
Yeah.
There's some things I'm always about, like, hey, we're supposed to be these good guys, but you're like, you have to. They said face. I don't think they killed him. They said face Vader, but essentially they're like, what?
I wrote down 2 lines that I like that Yoda said. Because when Yoda was in it, I was like, yes.
I love Yoda. Yoda's the best.
Yeah. There was one that I think is just relevant to everything. Let's see. Okay. The one I really always with. Oh yeah. Okay. So this is when Luke Skywalker is starting to just learn.
Yeah.
I can't do this. I can't do that. And Yoda goes, "Always with you. What cannot be done." Loved it.
Yeah.
I was like, that is all. That's like, you gotta believe a little bit, not delusionally, but that negativity.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Can I say something about that? That kind of gets me a little emotional. My son is the littlest kid in his class, right? So I think people call him little, and I think it gets in his head a little bit. So I have a kid's book, which is essentially a very basic version of Return of the Jedi. And in the scene is Luke saying, I can't pull the X-Wing out of the swamp. That's impossible. You want the impossible, right? And then Luke, essentially what Yoda, the big line for me that Yoda says is he goes, size, look how little I am, and look how powerful I've become. right?
Yeah.
So that for my son, I was kind of like, look how little Yoda is, but look how powerful he is.
Yeah.
You don't have to be big. You could be little, and you could be fucking huge, right?
Oh.
Yeah, Yoda's got a bunch of great
Has
lines.
Has anyone ever seen you cry?
Everyone's seen me cry. Everyone's seen me cry. There is an episode of, I cry a lot, especially since I've had my kids. Especially when I wasn't on the Wellbutrin. There's an episode of Mandalorian, which I don't even know if I want to. No, I'm not gonna. Cause
that one I want to watch because that was really good, right? Or no?
Nothing is better than Andor. So there's three.
Well, then I'm done. Who cares?
No. There's three different versions of good, right? There is the original trilogy, which is good in the way that is. Andor, which is today, well shot, beautiful. Prequels are corny and kitschy a little, and then the Mandalorian stuff, which is all the new stuff now, is a little corny but on purpose.
Yeah.
But you love it,
Okay.
right? So like, I love the Mandalorian. And Mandalorian was done by the guy who did Clone Wars. It's all Filoni and Jon Favreau. So Jon Favreau fucking came in, him and Filoni saved Star Wars. And so here's the thing too, we've never talked about the sequels, which is the movies that come after Return of the Jedi. Those are the ones that Disney made.
I looked it up. Or I was seeing what other movies, and
Right.
I was like, oh, episode 4. Wait, no, I saw 4, 5, 6.
7, 8, 9.
7, 8, yeah.
I'm gonna tell you this about 7, 8, 9.
Force Awakens.
If you're a true follower of the Greg cut and the crew, never watch them. Never watch them. They're bullshit. And want to talk about propaganda? Propaganda was put to get people to. So the next movie, the Force Awakens, essentially is them going, hey, we're bringing Star Wars back, and look, it's not going to be bad like the prequels, because we all kind of do the prequels were kind of bad. We're going to reset and get you going. But really, what those movies about, and I don't mind spoiling them for you because I don't want you to watch them. I don't want you to see what happens in those movies.
I'm in it for the Greg cut. So,
Yeah.
You know.
They essentially retell the story of A New Hope. So they bring a new, bigger Death Star, and then there's blah, 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 and then they kill all the main characters, never together. Luke, Han, Leia, they all die, never get a thing together. But really what Disney was doing was they went, fuck the old stuff, we want to sell new toys, we want to sell new characters, and so fuck your old characters, we're doing new characters. So we're resetting.
But isn't that where Natalie Portman comes in?
No, Natalie Portman, so this is the sequel. This happens after Luke. All this stuff happens in Star Wars.
Where's Natalie Portman?
She is Luke's mother. So Natalie Portman is Luke's mother, Darth Vader's girlfriend, lady, wife. So Anakin is Darth Vader. Anakin and Natalie Portman, who is Queen Amidala, they get together in the prequels. So
the prequels are like 1, 2, 3?
Prequels are 1, 2, 3.
Oh, so Natalie Portman's in 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, she's in the prequels. The sequels is Daisy Ridley. So the thing about the sequels that I need you to understand is that the acting is all great. I love all the actors. They are shot great. They look cool. They're fun. They got fun jokes. But they spit in the face of anyone who truly loves Star Wars. And so then they were even like, well, it's because people don't like women running movies because Daisy Ridley's like the main character. And you go, fuck off. Star Wars has always been female. So not only is it Princess Leia, but Ahsoka is one of the main characters of the cartoons. She's so much like, oh, it's fucking strong, female, awesome. Star Wars has been littered with powerful women forever.
No, the only thing up until I find out that Princess Leia is the sister.
Right.
I'm like, what is Princess? Why does she have skills?
Right.
Like, I didn't understand, why is she running, why is she telling everyone what to do?
Yeah.
I didn't understand that.
It's like a major
I
show.
don't have the backstory of Princess Leia.
Nobody did when they saw it. But essentially Princess Leia outranks Mom Mothma. Like, she's like high up there in the rebellion.
But I'm like, why is she a princess?
Yeah, they kind of explain it, but I don't really know that it makes any sense.
It
I think just
doesn't make
people are
any
princes
sense.
or queens.
And it's like, why'd you...
Oh, you don't know why. So you don't even know because you didn't see those movies. So, fuck, I'm so sorry. Queen Amidala has the kids, and then the babies are given, one is given to Obi-Wan Kenobi, and they go to Tatooine, the desert, where they hide him by naming him Luke Skywalker, which is fucking dumb. And then Princess Leia Organa goes to Alderaan and is raised by like a king and queen and has this beautiful kind of gifted life. Right? So they separate them. because they don't want them in the same place.
Right, and the one gets the last name, one doesn't.
That's the thing. Again, they made these movies a long time ago, and they're trying to fix them. There are just some things you have to go, it's fine. Someone will give you an excuse for it, but you just gotta go, it's fine. So it's fine. What other questions?
What just happened? You got scared?
I
Did you
did.
see a ghost?
In my head, I went, what if that's not still recording? Freaked out. Still recording. We're doing good.
I saw a ghost.
No, I got freaked out. But it's fine. I have a couple questions. Do you have any more questions? And I had a couple.
So many questions. It's Star Wars. None of it makes sense, but go ahead.
Well, what were your questions?
No, go ahead. Ask your question. You're probably just...
No, I said you do yours, and then I have mine for you, unless you're done.
I don't... No, we got to the boss. At one point, I was like, how does Luke have the Force? It is explained later.
Sure.
Right, the dad. Because for a while, I'm like, I don't understand why... Because what I'm seeing, before you get to, like... Not Return of the Jedi. What's the second one again?
Empire Strikes Back.
You don't really understand why Luke keeps being saying, there's a Force within him. I feel a Force. Everyone keeps saying it. I was like, why does Luke get it?
Right.
I was like, I want it. And then... I'm so weird. I like Lord Vader. I think... I was just like, I thought it was interesting how, like, New Hope, it's not really a question. I was like, movies think knowing there's going to be, like, another one after.
Mm.
But, like, New Hope had no cliffhanger.
Right. Because they didn't think they were going to do it.
They just end peacefully.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay. Oh, they really didn't know.
No. When they made Star Wars.
Oh, I thought they might know. Okay.
The people, when they were making Star Wars, everyone in this movie was going, this is going to bomb. This is a fucking nightmare. This is going to be horrible. It was not supposed to whatever. Then it was this huge fucking hit. George Lucas, I think, paid for it, like, with his own money, and I think one of the deals he made was like, let me just have rights, the money from the toys, and then they just launched this huge toy thing, and he made $1 billion.
Okay, so that's helpful, because I was like, why? And then, dude, so are we saying that basically they find out they're brother and sister, and then they kissed each other?
So this is the thing, everybody.
Okay.
Here's the thing. Everybody brings this up. This is one thing I have zero problem with. When she kisses Luke...
He's in the chair, yeah.
A, they didn't know. B, she didn't do it, it wasn't romantic. She was proving a point to Han, right? So it wasn't like, look at me, I'm attracted to him. She went, you think fuck that? Well, fuck you, look at this. And then Luke does whatever. Like, they didn't know. It wasn't like, they didn't sleep together. It was almost like a joke kiss, which is like, come on, how big of a deal is that? But some people want to take that, I don't know, to have some crazy...
I just wanted to write it down because I was like, I figure this has been called out.
Of course. It's a big one.
I'm not finding this loophole. But yeah, Han Solo. I'm more into Darth Vader than Han Solo. You know when I asked you on my thing, which people haven't seen yet, but they will see them when you're on Smacking Balls Talking Smack, I asked you about fuck, marry, kill. Mm-hmm. I know my answer now. Now I'm so clear on that answer. I think I asked you Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, and I think I did Yoda.
You marry Yoda or fuck Yoda?
Well, now I know that... Well, I really like Luke Scott. No, I put Darth Vader, not Yoda. But then you brought up Yoda. You're like, I kind of want to like fuck Yoda.
He's a little guy. Kind of fun. I'm sure he's weird. Rubber.
But like, now I know Darth Vader is my guy. That's my guy. Luke Skywalker's nice. He's sweet. But he's like so he's like.
No, Luke is the pretty boy. Always good. Always right.
Too pretty.
Until Return of the Jedi, where he literally is coming back wearing all black.
So I wear all black right now. I don't want to be a Jedi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was wearing all black, and you're just like, oh, he might go to the dark side. So the whole thing about Return of the Jedi is that you go, is he gonna turn?
Yeah.
Right? And then he has the entire galaxy. So my favorite line in all of Star Wars is, all his friends are gonna die. Everything, all hope is lost. And Emperor's like, kill fucking Vader, or everyone goes, join me or die. And he has a lightsaber, and he could end it. He could fucking kill him. And he throws his lightsaber and he says, no, I'm a Jedi like my father before me. And I just get fucking chills because it's like, and like Vader's like, this guy was one of the best Jedi. But he,
I was so happy that it became a positive spin for Vader. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he turns.
Which
Vader.
I think I like kind of knew.
Did you think that?
I did.
That's fun.
Because I think why you got it, these kind of hero's journey.
Yeah.
Kind of like, which we text about how George Lucas became pretty close with this philosopher writer that helped base off this like hero's journey kind of path. But this is that made sense to me. I said he is gonna turn. If he doesn't, this is crazy.
Right.
Come on, you can't be like, you can't just put these things out where the father is a complete piece of shit.
Right.
Then we're really screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah. It took him a while though. There was a point where I was like, come on. It was like literally. I don't know if you remember.
Yes,
just in the scene. It just kept taking too long. You know when the Emperor was like shooting with all those like black or blue
the lightning bolts,
whatever the hell that shit was, and he kept doing it. I was like, yo, Vader, you're gonna have to step in. He's gonna die.
Yeah.
It was taking too long.
Yeah.
I mean,
Father, please.
Yeah.
I always remember, and then he fucking lifts him up.
Yep. He's like, no, and then even that no takes too long. I was like, you gotta hurry up.
So this is the problem, right? So this is the thing you don't know about that I should tell you. You might have actually figured it out. The original movies in like 99 or 98, George Lucas went back and fucked with shit. He edited the movies and changed them. He added some CGI. It's so obvious now. There's a whole thing that you don't even know about Han shooting first. So when you meet Han, Greedo is there. There's literally he's trying to arrest him, and then fucking Han shoots him under the table. So it's very early on when you first meet Han. The whole thing of Han shooting first is that
where do you meet Han? Episode 1 or 2, 3?
in episode 1. You meet Han. Well, there is a Han Solo movie called Solo. I actually liked it, but I'm saying the first time you see Han in the movies you saw, A New Hope, he's sitting and Greedo comes to try to get him for Jabba the Hutt, and Han shoots the guy under the table. So the first movie, when they first made it in the theater, Han shoots Greedo. Greedo doesn't even shoot. He shoots Greedo, kills him, cold-blooded, in a bar, right?
Okay.
Ends it. Then they changed it to Greedo shoots him first, and Han kind of moves. The edit looks so weird. He moves, and then Han shoots, which changes the entire character of who Han Solo is. Because now he's not this guy, cold-blooded killer, mercenary who doesn't give a fuck, shooting a guy in the bar. He's a guy who defended himself. And then they changed it again, where they kind of shoot at the same time.
But when you say change, they released different versions of
Yes, yeah. George
And
Lucas.
I saw, what did I see?
I think in the one you saw, they shoot kind of at the same time.
There is a moment I caught where, like, I swear, Carrie Fisher's Princess Leia, I swear what she said was not what she mouthed. There were a couple moments I was like, oh, it sounded like someone told her to do something in a booth.
Yeah.
Or say something, I was like, that's not what we want her to say. It seemed so odd.
Yeah.
There's a couple moments like that.
I'm not sure if, I think that may have been, there were some like weird ADR things in Star Wars that were like, oh, that's kind of weird. But yeah, I don't know. You'd have to show me. She also has an accent in A New Hope and doesn't have it for the next movies. She weirdly has like almost like a British accent. It's like, and it's just gone.
Well, in Andor, everyone has like some colonizer accent.
Yeah.
You know, the whatever it is, like, I grew up in Massachusetts, where the American Revolutionary War, where everyone just has some weird British accent, even though they're not British.
Yeah.
So that's what it felt like in Andor. I was like, what's going on here? Yeah.
What did you like? What did you like more, Andor or the original movies, or what was your take on all that?
If I had to rewatch, here's the problem. There's a very it's a tough question because the trilogy gave me a sense of all these characters I kept hearing about.
Yeah.
Where I didn't get any of that in Andor.
Right.
Which is kind of like, all right, I don't really feel like I'm watching Star Wars.
Right.
It took, and I was like, oh, why I like this show. I could have watched it anyway.
Yeah.
But I have to watch, and I probably rushed through it.
Yeah.
Like, because I was like, I need to get to the.
Right.
So I didn't probably get to process Andor as much as I'd like to.
That's a problem with the Greg cut. I think that you're just not getting enough. My issue with what I thought was great about it is you're getting stuff that, like, if you might not like Star Wars, this might be a great way to lead in. But you're not getting hope and love and everything's good and it's good versus evil.
Yeah.
Right.
But I like the shooting, and maybe it's just we're in modern day. At times the Star Wars, I'm like, all right, the pew 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 pew. I'm like, all right, well, you know, they're figuring something up, and they're like, what is it called, the Millennium ship?
Falcon.
Well, like, these guys are chasing them. I was like, okay, they would have already been shot down by now. So there's a lot of like liberty that's taken in those movies.
It's space fantasy.
Yeah. And so with these, I felt like a little more realistic. Andor and Rogue One.
Yeah.
I like, it's just realistically too, time wise. Andor takes some time to get through, so I don't get to just watch a movie. Andor.
Yeah.
I am watching a TV series, so you really do enjoy that. I love that 2 seasons of like 45-minute episodes. that's like my dream.
Yeah.
Right, but I had to rush through it.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, you don't have to apologize. Probably just like we should have started this a year ago.
Yeah.
But I would have also I also like that I binged because everything's so fresh.
Truthfully, you can go back and watch Andor, and the more you watch it, the more you pick up, and the more you go, oh, I mean, Andor is my favorite thing in the world. Like I was watching it last night, the Marva speech at the end of season 1, where she's like the hologram, and she's like, fight, and it's fucking great. Like, especially for today, you go like, oh man.
Yeah, when she makes her that speech was big.
Yeah,
good for her.
But also, I love Luke. My favorite character will always be Luke.
Is Luke?
Yeah, because my growing up, my sister was Princess Leia, my older brother was Han Solo, and I was Luke Skywalker. I've always related with the characters who are all good. I love the character that in the face of everything, they don't change their morals and they do what's good.
He's so good.
So good.
I'm so glad he stuck to his, I'm not going to kill my dad.
Right.
And the Emperor was like a little annoying. I was like, all of a sudden you meet the Emperor and you're like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
And now he's Darth Vader's boss, and then he becomes a piece of shit because he totally bails on Darth Vader, which finally he sees clarity.
Yeah.
He's like, he's like, you're gonna take your dad's place.
Right.
And I'm like, Darth Vader. Now at this point, if you really don't step up, you're an idiot.
Don't be a bitch.
Yeah.
Bro, these guys. So that's the thing with the Sith. They're Darth Vader and Emperor. They're Sith, right? The whole thing is they always come in twos, and because they're so evil.
Yeah.
The only way they work.
Yeah.
Is that one is always trying to beat the next one.
Yeah.
And this one's always trying to get rid of this one and then replace it. Like the Emperor has to always have a changing partner he's just powerful enough to keep down, and the partner's always the one who's trying to kill the Emperor. And if there's any more, it's just too much chaos.
Yeah.
So there's more like philosophical stuff about why there's only two, but there's only ever two. And Vader was essentially trying to be like, I'm going to take out the Emperor, and Luke, you're going to be my number 2.
Yeah.
Right. So like the whole thing's about that.
And then they're like, we kept it from the Emperor because they would use it against you to know that these are your kids. I thought that's what they said at one point. Like the Emperor shouldn't know that Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia are the kids. That's why they separated them, right?
Yeah, because if they found out about that, then they would go, oh, these guys are a major problem. These are the sons of the greatest Jedi of all time.
Knew.
I think he kind of found out. I don't know when he found out.
He definitely knew by the last couple scenes.
Yeah,
yeah, obviously, right? Because he mentioned it. But yeah,
it's also possible he knew he was going to be. Because I know there was like Boba Fett was like searching for the kids of Luke in like comic books and books, and I don't really remember exactly how that went down. But anyway,
Chewbacca, I'm okay on.
Okay, Chewbacca's the best.
Yeah, he's fine. He's a little like he's a little screechy. Yeah. He's fine. He's good though. I mean, I was trying to figure out his skill set. He's just good at fixing. Anytime someone's broken.
Yeah, he has a life debt for Han Solo.
Jack of all trade.
Yeah, he's a mechanic.
Yeah.
And he's an all around good dude. He's always got your back.
He's good. He can do plumbing. Yeah.
Han, Leia, Luke. Who do you like in order? Fuck, marry, kill.
Luke. Wait, say it again.
Han, Luke, Leia.
Han, Luke, Leia. Fuck, marry, kill.
Yeah. How do you rate them? What do you like? Who do you like best? Who do you like least of those 3?
It's very easy. Least I like is Han.
Fun.
He's kind of a douchebag.
He's a little bit of a douchebag.
Maybe that's
but he's a bad boy.
Yeah, but
some people like the bad boy.
But he's a bad boy. He's douchey bad boy. Darth Vader's a bad boy. But
yeah, you're like a real bad boy.
He's like, but Darth Vader's like bad, but like has conviction. He knows exactly what he needs and wants. Han Solo's kind of like, ooh, I think I'm funny. He's not funny. Like they gave him lines that Star Wars thinks is funny. I was like, you're annoying. If I met Han Solo, I would be very irritated. Just like Princess Leia was irritated with him at first, right? But then became flirtation. I still didn't really exactly buy the love. I think she's just playing too much the card of in the playground, the boy who's mean to the girl is too much.
Sure.
Yeah. By the end, though, I guess he was kind of nice and kind to her. And
yeah, he kind of turned. He was in love with her. He was putting on too much.
He is annoying. So least, and then Princess Leia was okay. It didn't look so sweet.
Yeah.
I mean, he's such a good guy.
Yeah, I love him.
He's really good. The whole time he's good. He seems like a nice, good friend. He has your back. He's a loyal person. He's a great guy. I was really happy that this protagonist was, because he could have easily been a douchebag.
Right.
The way he was casted.
You want a cool connection between Star Wars and Batman? So you know how you love Batman? Have you ever watched Batman the animated series by any chance?
No, not animated.
If you ever want to watch the best Batman is Batman the animated series. It was just unbelievable. Anyway, the voice of the Joker, who is become the most iconic Joker of all time, is Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker.
Ah.
Yeah. So, but yeah,
I do love the Joker too.
Yeah, you like psychotic bad people. Jesus.
Yeah, but I also like Batman. But I do Joker, Heath Ledger Joker.
Sure.
The social dynamics, just like I love the scene on the boat. You don't know who should you kill, the people in prison, or I love that. I love that juxtaposition that he does. I mean, I'm not attracted to him. Yeah.
So did you like Andor? What did you like Andor more than the original the trilogy?
I mean, if someone
they're
said,
so different, aren't they?
If someone said, "Hey, listen, like, this is your entertainment for the next," you only have 2 options for entertainment to watch, I would go Andor.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's fair because it's 2 seasons and a show.
Yeah.
I would say like you have to write one. Which one would you be more passionate about writing? If you have to write an Andor show or if you have to write an original Star Wars show?
Oh, that's a good way. That's a much different way to put it.
Yeah.
Like, what am I gonna be excited to sit down and write?
Yeah. What characters would you like to play with or have fun with, or was there?
I think the reason Star Wars is probably so successful is that these characters are so fun and unique, and I think anything that has done really well, sequels, trilogies, all this stuff, the characters are so strong. Or any movie, and so it's probably more fun to play with those.
Yeah.
I would probably want to say because I do, I can imagine it, and having written myself. You're like, you get excited to write that character.
Yeah.
And so
I don't know how much fun we write Andor because he's done. Like you did all the things.
That's
You
what
wrote
I'm
all the
saying.
things.
I'm
You wrote all the
like,
things. We're good. We're fine. Yeah.
I was like, what's the deal with Cassian?
Yeah.
And I didn't love his childhood girlfriend.
Bix. Why was I blanking on that? Bix.
Yeah. I did. Deidre was kind of interesting. Oh, we didn't even talk about Deidre's little side piece. That man.
Yeah, that guy. What a fucking
God.
cunt.
Right? That's the best way to describe it.
He was a cunt.
Oh, he was such a little piece.
Cyril.
Yeah, the worst.
Yeah.
What?
And I also, part of me is like, and I don't mind admitting it, his character arc was something I don't fully know if I get yet. Right? Like, he was just this kind of like weaselly, shitty guy who was obsessed with Cassian. Cassian doesn't even give a fuck that he exists.
Mm-hmm.
He never really changed. He was kind of always like this shitty cuck who, aesthetically he changed. Like, he got a better job. But he was always kind of shitty. He was always a cuck to Deidre or Dedra.
Well, he did, at the final end,
Yeah.
he really did find his morals.
Did he though? Because he kind of did, but then he still wanted to kill Cassian. That's where I'm confused.
I agree with you. Once he looked at Deidre, he's like, "You're evil.
Yeah.
This is too much. You're taking it too far."
Yeah.
But he's like, I think he's enraged to see this guy that's driven him crazy for years.
So I think there's something deeper about that I'm not fully.
I don't even know if he's deep. I think he's a little bit surface level, and he just couldn't keep his anger together. He morally figured out what's happening here is not okay.
Yeah.
And she's been hiding shit from him, but then he goes and he just is enraged. He's like, there's people shooting shit all over his head, and he's like, he sees the one guy that's fucked his life over.
Right.
But he's too much of a ladder guy. That's why he's mad. He's like, all he cares about was that promotion.
Yeah.
So he's not a character that I care about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's not complicated.
I don't think there's more to the character. I think there's more to what they were trying to say about the character that I don't know that I fully got. Like, because there's so much, like, he's got this shitty Jewy mom who's like, she literally could be a Bronx Italian or Bronx Jewish.
When she had that voice.
I know, that voice was like...
She's supposed to be from an alien family?
Yeah, I mean, she was just... They put her in, I don't know, they came from somewhere.
She was so annoying.
And like, so he's kind of like, got these mommy issues. But then he kind of gets to a place where he's like, okay, like, he sees it. He was with the rebellion, he's out. But then still sees Cassian and flips back. And kind of the only time he really ever does something kind of manly is to the wrong person, and then he dies for it.
Right.
So it's like...
He's pretty evil, though.
Cyril?
I would say just generally evil.
Also, I don't know how, when he was in Gorn, the Gormans, when he was seeing the rebellion people, was he swayed by them, or was he still super undercover? You know what I mean?
Remind me of Gorms.
So-
The names, I'm always lost with the names.
Of course.
I've
I've seen it 5
like,
times.
if you were to pop up every visual, I would know exactly what you're
The
talking about.
Gormans were was the planet where he died, where they have the spiders, and
Oh,
it's like
yeah,
they
yeah.
had that French Revolution
When
people,
they were trying to take over.
and they clearly weren't ready to be a revolution yet. They were like kind of whatever, and he's going to those meetings, he's meeting them, and then he tells them.
Yeah, that was like.
Like I wasn't sure, was he on board with the rebellion, or was he not, or was he kind of just like, oh, I can just tell you because it's not a big deal, and then Dendra's like, actually, it was a big deal. This whole thing's about killing all of them.
And it was kind of confusing. And then that old man who like basically punched him or tried to punch him. He was like, "You this whole time." Remember?
No, what?
The guy who was running the recordings downstairs. He was the dad.
Oh yes.
Yeah, and he was like basically saw him. He's like, "You piece of shit! This whole time, you were like we were helping each other. Now you're not." Like,
Right.
so and I felt bad for that old man because he was really fighting a good fight.
They all were, but they
Yeah.
weren't prepared. They weren't ready. The rebellion kind of knew, like, oh man, really not what you could do here.
Yeah. So it just that was a sad way to go out.
Yeah, I mean that was also when Cassian is driving away, and there I think was that the scene they may have been reading, what's his name's manifesto. Oh, I don't remember. I don't think that maybe that was a different season. Anyway, there's like a speech being happening, and Cassian's driving away, and it's like fucking sad. You're like, oh, they're all done, and he's going away, like he's getting out of there. It's like, yo, this is all fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah, those are actually interesting ways I was noting that, to have a voiceover while a scene is happening to explain, so you can almost like have two things happening at once.
Yeah.
And I thought that was like a good way to do something. I've noted that.
Yeah.
For myself.
No, yeah.
Yeah, I was
Same,
like, that's a good way to write.
So many writing lessons in Andor.
Yeah.
And like a way they did things and subtle shit that you're like something I love about Andor is that, and maybe this wasn't for you, but for me is like I didn't really know which characters were important. And then they people who I didn't think were that big of a deal show back up. Like, what's his name? The dude who is why am I blanking on his name? Probably the dude who is talking to Saw Gerrera and when they're fucking sniffing Rydor. That kid didn't even get like a line in season 1. And then also he's kind of like one of the main characters. The young dude who's banging all these broads, and also he's the guy who figures out how to do the bomb thing for Saw Gerrera.
Oh yeah, they're keeping him there. Then he like in front of him shoots the other engineer.
Yeah.
Yeah, he becomes a big character.
Yeah,
and he's like his
one.
bestie.
He didn't have like a single line in
because he's
season
the
1.
son of the dad who was tortured. Do you remember?
I do. Yeah.
So again, what's her name? Bix.
Bix. Yeah.
She's the one who
She's
got
a
the
bitch,
dad.
she's
She
big.
goes up in the. She's the one who goes on the tower. I was like, what are you tapping? Do you know when she goes in the tower? She's trying to get a signal.
Yeah.
She's like beep beep boop boop. You know.
Yeah,
in the trilogy, it would have sounded like that.
Sure.
Here it's like normal, and she goes up in the tower. They find out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Father gets pulled into this like torture, whatever. What is it like? Kids yelling?
Yeah, it was that like crazy thing. Whatever.
Yeah, and they don't care. They kill him. The son's on a revenge, right? He's got a revenge on him. But that just reminded me. I did love that scene where she got her revenge.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and just
And
like
they
she
blow the
put
place
it up, and I was like, and I love it. That's a very. It reminded me of the Joker in Heath Ledger's.
Yep. Walking away from the hospital. That's the same scene.
Literally exactly.
They're just walking away, boom,
Best.
he blows up. Yeah.
I mean, I don't love that the hospital gets blown up,
Right.
but just like the fact that you're so calm
Yeah.
and you know I like
Yeah.
that demeanor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna ask these questions, and I guess we'll probably wrap it up. What was the all-time favorite moment of all of the Star Wars? Was there a moment you were like most excited, or the happiest, or like the coolest moment? You're like
Two. I'll just give you two.
Yeah.
We're just like kind of like inspired, or so. I've already said this. I really love the prison stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Why? I need to figure that out. I need to go self-reflect. Why?
You can't swim. The whole time you couldn't swim.
Oh, what a good leader. What a great actor.
Great actor.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Andy
But
Serkis.
just that whole figuring out, plotting, being a team, being an underdog, listening, working together. I love that.
On program.
I don't know, maybe it's like the sports part of me. I don't know, but also fighting back. Like, I loved it.
Yeah. Also, yeah, your competitiveness. They were so competitive on trying to get those things to
like,
be the number one guy,
right?
So they can get flavor.
Like, you know,
Get
have you
food.
like that question that you always ask? I don't know if you've done this with your friends, or you're like, if you were on an island and stuck with like you had two people that you could try to get off this island with, who would they be?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that kind of that you're in that moment. You're like, how are you gonna get out of this prison?
Right.
And just the fact that they're like, he's figuring it out. He needs to crack this water thing. Oh my god, is the water gonna flow fast enough? All this shit. Love that. And then I also really love meeting Yoda. I was very like.
For the first time in that
I was very excited, and all the lines that he was saying. I had one more. I don't think I wrote it down properly. Oh yes, but the essence of this was choose the. Don't. He was basically saying don't choose the quick easy pass, like Vader did.
Yeah.
And I kind of love that, and I think it's stuff like we've talked about it's so relevant to anything in life, right?
Nothing. There's no more times that I truly relate to the dark side than when I started doing comedy. And friends of mine started getting famous and started taking the easy route. So get a lot of Instagram followers before you're funny. Get that,
It's in a lot of industries.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure, but I mean, like,
you can skip a lot of steps, and then when you get there later, you feel kind of unprepared.
But also truly, like, seeing my friends go to the dark side. Like, oh my God, like, you got money and power, and now you're a selfish asshole. Mm-hmm. You weren't, like, my goal is to, like, get money and power and be Luke. Like, still be able to go throw the saber down and go, no, I'm still going to do what's right?
You stuck to who you are. Yeah, that is, because it was when Luke was trying to skip his training and go save, he's still trying to do the right thing. He's like, I got to go home with my friends. But he's like, you haven't put in, you need more prep.
You haven't put the work in.
Yeah.
What happened? Got his arm cut off.
Yeah, how did they just fix those things so quickly?
Well, it's the past where they have lots of cool technology. Also, when a lightsaber cuts you, it cauterizes it, so he didn't bleed to death because it's so the way that
they just go.
Yeah.
And I was like, how do you walk around like that? Because Darth Vader's did, but then
also
he died.
He loses the hand, and at the end, Vader loses his the same hand, and he notices Luke sees the robot and the thing, and you're like, oh shit, am I becoming Vader?
Right.
What's happening here?
But how did they find Luke's hand? Because it like got cut off and fell down that.
Oh, they didn't find it. That's a robot hand with skin.
Oh, no big deal.
Yeah.
They really just went through that. I was like, I'm not questioning it.
I mean, they have giant spaceships and light speed. You don't think they could do a fucking skin hand?
I also was wondering, and I know this, I just keep remembering things, but I also was remembering like the ice area.
Yeah.
Bless you. And he just like gets so fucked by that like polar bear.
Yeah.
I was like, what was the point of the scene?
I can tell you the point of that scene. There was a major point of that scene. In between movies, Luke Skywalker was in a really bad motorcycle accident, and he got scarred up, and so they needed a reason. The actor, Han Solo, not Han Solo.
Marlon.
Mark Hamill was in a car accident, and he had these scars, and they were like, oh shit! All right, we'll put this fucking.
I was wondering, he looked so weird.
Yeah, he got.
But then it got fixed later in the rest of the movie.
Yeah, I don't. That's the story, but I was looking. I go, he doesn't look that fucked up. Maybe
in the beginning.
Yeah,
it does look like he's like swollen.
Yeah, maybe through the filming it healed a little bit.
Maybe they shot that one for.
Right.
I mean, if they shot, I don't know how they're back then. Like that seems like a set piece.
Yeah.
That seems like a set piece shot. That was like the first thing you guys did. That was like month one.
Yeah.
And then maybe he healed. Yeah.
It also kind of showed you. It was nice character building to show how close Han and Luke had become. Where he goes,
buddy.
Yeah, or he goes, you'll die before the first marker. He's like, I'll see you in hell. Like Han goes out. Han is a guy who had no loyalty, no anything, and now he's willing to go out in the middle of the night to save kind of his only other friend.
Yeah,
it's like pretty great,
Yeah, well, because he doesn't want to address his emotions.
Yeah.
So he's like, let me just be like but then also the next day they didn't freeze to death. Everything was fine. Because he cut the guts open of these crazy ass horses, and
it's crazy ass, it's crazy ass camel horse.
Yeah, but I forgot where I was going with. But you said, and then so Yoda, but those were those I like. I would want to re-watch Yoda stuff. I was looking forward to Yoda.
There's a lot of good Yoda.
So Yoda really got me excited. Obviously, I've already told you every time Darth Vader walks into a room.
Yeah.
But it's those were the two lines I wrote down. I thought they were really. Nice.
I think I mean, my do or do not, there is no try. Where he goes, my favorite line. Oh, Yoda says, he says, Luke says, I'll try. He goes, do or do not.
Yeah.
There is no try.
Right.
You fucking do it or don't fucking do it.
Right.
Right? Yeah, I mean, what is it? Do or do not, there is no try. My favorite is, when he, Yoda lifts out the X-Wing, and he says, I don't believe it. He goes, that's why you failed.
Right.
It's my favorite. You didn't fucking believe in yourself.
Yeah.
That's why you didn't do it. You didn't fucking believe. Should fucking believe.
Yoda also can get away with like lack of grammar. He can skip like is.
Oh,
and
he
was.
does the reverse. It's all crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it. So those are my two. I would say like like Cassian finally showing that he has balls. He just had to go. He had to really go fucking low for me to believe in him.
Yeah.
He really went there.
Yeah.
And then Yoda and those moments of training. Maybe that's what it is. I love training.
Yeah.
I love seeing people like. It's that hero's journey again. You have to have them go back, figure shit out, go to their past, learn. Maybe those were the moments. I'll figure that out.
Yeah. Was there a saddest moment? Was there like a cry, or was there a sad where you were like, fuck, man, that got me?
That's a good question. I think I was a little sad about he didn't know his kid.
Vader?
No,
Oh, Cassian.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of the way you watched it, I don't think I ever.
I was kind
of. That made me cry when they showed the kid. I didn't even know he has a kid.
Going into Rogue One, I quickly figured out, I was like, I don't think we're ever gonna meet this kid.
Right.
But he doesn't know he has this kid, right?
No.
And he quickly moves on from that. I got to see this whole childhood love build, and then he kind of just moves on from that. I think that was a little bit hard to believe. He just moves on. He basically falls in love with the daughter.
No, he doesn't. My favorite thing about Rogue One is that Jyn Erso is not a love interest.
You don't think at all?
They never kiss. They
hold each other.
They hold each other, of course. You're not going to hold someone when a nuke is going to blow your face up. My favorite thing is that they weren't love interests, and because clearly I saw that movie first, then Rogue One. You go, why not? And you go, why do they have to be love interests? And then they tell you why they weren't. He'll always be in love with Bix. So he loves Bix.
But I wanted that to be addressed.
It was addressed. That's how far he was willing to go for the rebellion, that he had to leave them. And he kind of became lucid, where he said, it's not about me, it's about the fucking, this is more important, right? It's more important for my kids, even though I don't even know I have kids.
Yeah.
Right? So.
I didn't love that Obi-Wan Kenobi died. Which I also, he's still there, though, the whole time as a mentor ghost.
Wait till you eventually, if you ever do, watch the Clone Wars cartoon and they develop who Obi-Wan is. When you see Obi-Wan and Anakin in the Clone Wars, and Obi-Wan's probably my favorite Jedi, aside from Luke, because of how fucking great he is. Yeah. He's just the guy. He's training Anakin, but he wasn't really ready, and he always is, he's a little confident, but he's really cool, and he's a little bit of he's great. Obi-Wan Kenobi really when you see Ewan McGregor. So Ewan McGregor is essentially Obi-Wan Kenobi because he plays him in the prequels, and then the cartoon is based on Ewan McGregor, and Obi-Wan is just I don't want to whatever Ewan McGregor holds the prequels on his fucking shoulders. Those movies are
like
trash.
That woman at our show earlier today.
Yeah. The prequels are just corny and weird and sometimes racist accents, and Ewan is just going, I'm keeping these movies fucking great. And then the cartoon, which, I mean, some people don't like cartoons. They won't open the idea that it's a different medium. It's not just for children. Animation is a different medium, right?
Oh, I do know the sad moment.
Tell me.
When the daughter, and I don't know why I can't remember her name.
Jyn?
Yeah.
J-Y-N, yeah,
when
Jyn.
she kind of finally, Dad. She sees her dad. He's done all this sacrifice for her. And maybe it's because I was very close to my dad. And then he's still calls her that nickname, Stardust. And sees her, and she barely gets time with him. It's 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And I was actually pretty sad at seeing that, because I was like, oh man.
Yeah. And she believed in him. She knew he wasn't bad.
There's so many daddy issues.
Yeah, a lot of daddy issues. It's about family. The whole show's about family.
Yeah. So that was tough to watch. I felt bad for her.
I think I mean, when K2 Urso, the robot, is essentially holding him off while Cassie,
right?
K, yeah. He's when Jin and whatever they're trying to get the plans, whatever, and he's just like shooting them, and they just fucking kill him. I fucking bawled uncontrolled. I don't know why. It was like
Which part?
When they killed K2 Urso, the big black robot.
Was K supposed to be like a similar character to the gold guy?
C-3PO?
Yeah.
I mean, like, they're droids.
Yeah.
But K2 Urso was funny.
He's so funny.
So funny.
I wrote that down. I meant to bring that up. I found him like to be the comic relief.
He was. Well, he was absolutely funny, but he wasn't forced Marvel funny. He was situationally funny because he was what he was, and the things he said were funny, but he wasn't being like, that's why your mom's a bitch. Like, what he said was hilarious because he is a robot, and this is how he says things.
He basically had, he was on the spectrum.
Yes.
Basically had no emotion.
Yeah.
And would just say things literally. I noticed two very similar lines. I can't tell you if it was the second one or the first one in the trilogy, but he gets yelled at by Cassian. Stop giving me the odds.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to hear the same line in the trilogy.
Well, that was a callback to it.
Okay.
C-3PO goes, yeah, don't give me the odds, and then K2, which is it was kind of like for us when he goes, you're the odds, not good, because like C-3PO goes 2-1,
he was cracking,
and the one, yeah. C-3PO, gay little robot, he was great.
Oh, I'm glad because K he should be called out. He was really fun.
Yeah, and I mean Alan Tudyk, who did the voice acting for him, is a fucking legend. He's always great.
I liked him better than the gold character.
C-3PO.
I don't know. C3. See, I don't even. His name is annoying. C3PO.
Yeah, C-3PO.
Yeah. So he's.
C-3PO is the weenie.
He's so weenie.
He's such a weenie.
British accent and bro, why'd you walk into that room and just go ooh, and then walks in and gets shot? And then the whole time it's like they have to save him.
Yeah.
I was like, why'd you walk in there? You're such a moron. That's why everyone's so annoyed with him.
Well, he was a great juxtaposition for R2, who can't really talk and is such like a adventurous, cowboy. He's always like, he's always getting into trouble. And but he's always like not a coward. He's always brave. And then C-3PO was always, I don't want to do this. Come on, guys. He's like, hey, dude, fucking relax.
He's like, you're gonna short circuit. But I did, R2-D2, right? Whenever he falls,
yeah, that's great.
Yeah, it's cute.
One of my favorites. I keep blanking. One of my favorites for. Nope, it's gone. Whatever idea I had was gone. Yeah, I think my favorites would always mean Return of the Jedi. What's always your favorite movie of the three?
Of the three, ooh. I obviously like the end of Return. I thought the Return of the Jedi beginning was. I didn't like those little furry animals, and I thought there was too much of that. Return of Empire Strikes Back.
How did you feel when he said, "I am your father"?
See, the problem is like they all now are like
sure.
together.
You watch them in 1 week.
Yeah, so it's kind of hard to differentiate them because I watched it almost like it was one movie.
But how did you feel when he said, "I am your father"?
I was like, oh, there's the line.
Oh, okay.
I was like, yeah, I kind of knew. It was that's a hard one to avoid.
Yeah.
And I kind of had talked about that with my husband David for a bit. I knew that already was coming. I just didn't know if I was going to get to see it.
Yeah.
So when he said, I am your father, I was like, there it is.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, he is the. I was kind of waiting for that.
Yeah. Common misnomers. Everyone says, Luke, I am your father. Reality, he never says, Luke, I am your father. He says, no, I am your father.
Right.
Yeah, which is like a commonly mistaken thing.
No one told me. Yeah, he's so mad.
Yeah,
he's so mad at everyone. Yeah.
That's the thing too, right? Like, he didn't tell you because they didn't write this movie yet. And then he's like, from a certain, he goes like, well, your father died when he became a Sith Lord, so from a certain perspective, he did die. Right. That's what I said to my wife, right? She was like, you slept with somebody else. I said, I did not. Greg was enraged with horniness, so therefore became someone else. And so, from a perspective, someone else did sleep with that girl. I tried to break that as a bit years ago, and it's not enough. And I tried to tell my wife, she was like, are you cheating on me? I was like, no.
Is it analogous? Were you trying to make it analogous?
I always just thought it's funny that, like, the way for Obi-Wan could just kind of cheat on his wife and be like, he always has these bullshit ways of getting out of saying that. No, I wasn't me. It was the guy full with rage. Different guy, because when you become angry, you become somebody else.
Yeah. And it was like what Luke kept saying, too. He was like, well, that was my father who who you would always refer to. He was the father before he became the dark side.
Yeah,
He's
but
still your father.
he believes Anakin is still in there. Yeah,
Yeah.
He's still, yeah.
Yeah.
He's more machine than person now.
That's what they said.
Yeah.
Wow. But then he came, and I don't understand why Darth Vader. Again, another question: why is he like disformed?
You learn that in the prequels. Do you want me to tell you, or you want to watch them?
No, you can tell me.